You enter the court with war at your side, and immediately hear some of your brothers absolutely frothing at the mouth. Imagination, per usual, has his head elsewhere, lazily floating about on a string in the nearby clouds as he tries to calm solitude. Brother, please. You calling for this level of violence is almost absurd. You didn't have to see her lying there, Imagination. You didn't. The hall quiets as the brothers three stand at the head. To the right is the embodiment of light and life. To the left, chaos and the void of nothingness. And in the middle, the most terrifying brother of them all. The force of true, terrifying cold neutrality and nature all in one. He is the one that speaks. Order, if you please. The gods and forces of this planet convene on a singular question. What to do with mortals who dare attack and wound a god? Some have made their opinions readily known. Execution, I say! Execution! Shh. Solitude. Yes, while others believe that a more nuanced approach is necessary. Indeed! Sorry, my love. The head brother pushes back spectacles that, if moved only an inch, betray countless unblinking eyes made of starlight and nothing else. It would appear that the victim is present. By whose order? That's right. Her own, and no one else's. Sister, you should be resting. Your back is still openly bleeding. Oh. Oh. That's a baby. She's holding a baby. You explain as best you can what happened. The humans, the man-born god, and your desperate plea for forgiveness. For once, the gods and goddesses and whatever the brothers are quiet and listen as technology surveys them with his wide, interested eyes. When you are done, you are greeted with unfortunate silence. You state they did this simply to save the child. They shouldn't know that. Pardon? It is true. A godly infant can be nested in the wings of another in order to prolong their life. But a mortal, much less a human, would have no way to know that. Did they make any insinuation that the babe had spoken to them, left them drawings? It sounds as if they did not say, Your, Grace? Absolutely not. If that is the case, then it must be surmised that the babe itself influenced their will in some way. That is to say, his eyes fall on the baby, and you instinctively clutch him closer to your chest. It is smart enough to influence the wills of man, even at such a young age. It is unusual, admittedly, but you're not suggesting. It is not part of the natural balance, and must be destroyed before we can take the humans into consideration. If they were acting at the behest of a parasite, then leniency is needed. How dare you call my son a parasite? With due respect, Lord War, this is not yours. It is not even of the natural order. It is a man-made abomination that already reflects their guile and willingness to manipulate. It was trying to survive, Lordship. There are many among us who have done similar, or worse, to survive. Perhaps it is best if you took the child and left for now, Peace. This court is no place for someone like you. Excuse you? She is one of the strongest among the Pantheon. Strong enough that she saw the desperation and hopelessness of the very mortals who harmed her in the first place. How dare you continue to insinuate that she is helpless? Enough! His voice ripples through the hall, powerful enough that time himself freezes in place. War steps before you with a pained grunt, guarding you as technology whines and whimpers. He is a child! He is not natural, War. Quite frankly, what is left of peace is not natural either. Your brother's all tense. You wouldn't dare suggest. You teeter on the edge of godhood and mortality at present, Peace. It would not take much to finish you off at this point. Do you still aim to stand before the Brothers Three and state we are wrong in our judgment? What? No! War stands, hands curled into fists. If you even dare insinuate that you try and destroy peace again, you will have more to contend with than I think even you are willing to risk. Nature. Then hand over the abomination and we will do away with it instead. Technology begins to whimper and clutch tightly to your breast as you guard him. War steps in front of you, and for the first time in your lives, you know he can't win this. It doesn't matter if they are unbeatable or not, my love. I am your husband in all but ritual alone. And that child is my son, as far as I'm concerned. I will defend you both to my last breath, no matter what. The head brother steps from the podium, and you feel the full force of space around you. The left brother watches with infinite smile upon smile, and the right watches with something that might mimic sympathy, were they anywhere close to humanoid. I'd really rather not make this a spectacle. You've given us very little choice. The head brother cocks his head at him, alien and expressionless as ever. He extends a hand as if he aims to flick away a flea, and he does. And War goes flying into one of the pillars amongst panicked cries. Run, Peace. Run! In all the panic, you forget that nature itself is above you. You try to go to war as technology begins to wail and scream in terror. There's a split second where you see lightning crash down around you, toward you, faster than you can react. And you know this is it. You clutch the baby to you, guarding him with what little you have left as your brothers and husband scream out from afar. Peace! You shut your eyes only. You realize that metal has sprouted around you and appears to be absorbing the lightning as technology wails and fusses in your arms. Run, sister! Run while it's done whatever it's done! You briefly see your brothers try to jump nature, to an unfortunately small amount of success. You grab War from the ground and bound for his chariot, taking off toward the mortal plane as the court erupts behind you. To be continued.